And welcome back to White Claw Wednesday. This is episode 83. And
83,
we're
baby.
back in the Skype studio.
Skype studio, internet studio,
Ow.
the web studio. Oh yeah. Ooh, is that a peach lemon? Is that what I see over there?
This is a iced tea lemon. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is the first time I'm having this iced tea flavor. The lemon one. No,
I
I've tried all the iced tea flavors.
I
This
think
one's
I
good.
have tried it and it's pretty good. Peach is definitely superior though, by
Yeah,
far.
I gotta go. I think my ordering is peach, lemon, mango, and raspberry for
Peach.
the iced teas.
Nice. It's a good flavor sequence there.
I agree. Okay, Ryan, I've been meaning to ask you about the impact of this. Well, actually, also I have another question too,
Okay.
but it is in
Lamb on me.
regards to the best soccer player in the world.
Oh yeah. I mean, we weren't going to get through this without me bringing it up, so.
Yeah,
Let's do
exactly.
this.
So, why did he not sign with the Galaxy?
Well, the Galaxy suck. No. I'm
Yeah, but
kidding.
like they got David Beckham, so why?
Yeah,
did
but they
do
got
that
David
again?
Beckham like when he was retiring. Like the MLS is known as like more of a retirement hub for
Yeah, but
big
wasn't
names
David
like
Beckham
that.
on LA Galaxy for a while?
Yeah, he was, and he was still pretty good at that point. But his wage demands were so high that no other big name club in Europe was going to pay him that much money. And that's where America comes in. We pay big
Mhm.
bucks, and you can be on quote unquote a big team here in the United States. But the caliber of play is definitely lower. But yeah, anyways, I mean, Messi, man. Messi, it happened so quick. It was so weird because I don't know if a lot of you follow, soccer and stuff like that, but there was this big ordeal where Messi wasn't happy at Barcelona, and this was the last transfer window, or it was a year ago, I think. And he was like, he wanted to leave, but there was some sort of uh, binding contract where he didn't tell them Barcelona in time, so he had to stay another year, but he really wasn't happy. And he really wanted to leave. He even like went on an interview and discussed his disappointment with the team and the projection and the I guess project that they were building there, and he wasn't happy. Anyways, but because he sort of had to stay, he stayed there for another year. Now he is actually leaving, and what's crazy is they had actually agreed for a fee, or not a fee, a salary for Messi. So basically, Messi and Barcelona agreed on him staying at the club. The problem is that Barcelona is in such financial ruin right now. There's financial fair play and all these things that
I
come
heard
into.
they're really in debt too.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly, and they, basically there's this like governing body, right? I think it's UEFA, could be FIFA. I don't know. One of them. They decide, on rules that clubs have to abide by. This is, you can't pay your athletes more than you make in this type of revenue, right? X, Y,
Mhm.
and Z. And this is to even the playing field, right? Like you can't just if your club literally has all the resources available, all the money it can buy,
Yeah.
then they don't want that club to get extremely good. It's the idea of soccer, right? It's the idea that anyone in the league can win, even though it's really hard. It's still a possibility. So because of something along those lines, Barcelona had too high wages. They didn't have enough revenue coming in. They couldn't, push money in. Like if I was the owner of Barcelona, I couldn't push more money in just to get Messi. Like that's illegal, which I'm sure people would have done. I bet fans probably would have raised enough money for Messi to stay, but you can't do that. And that's the situation that Barcelona and Messi were in. And so he couldn't stay. Literally, he could not stay. unless he was going to take a fat wage cut, and he's not going to do that. I mean, he's the greatest player of all time.
So where did he end up again? What was it? What?
He ended up at Paris, man. PSG.
PSG.
They're going to
okay.
be insane. I mean, their front three is Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. I mean,
Oh,
literally.
he joined Neymar's team. So
Yeah.
what professional league is PSG in?
They're in League One in France.
League One of France. That's what
Yeah.
it's called. League
Yeah.
One of France.
It's the French league, yeah.
The French league.
I
So
think
Messi's going
technically
to
it's
play in the
called
French league.
Ligue 1. Yeah. He's playing in France.
Yeah.
Doesn't it
Interesting.
feel
I mean,
wrong? Doesn't it feel wrong?
it does. It does feel weird. I'm a little disappointed in the American soccer teams that they weren't able to offer him enough money to get him.
Oh yeah, no.
to get him.
He may come here one day. He might hit up Miami or something like that. Just not right now. He's still in his prime, dude. There's just, I mean, he I wouldn't say he's in his prime, but he's still putting up some serious numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
ridiculous numbers. I mean, he was the best player in La Liga last year, which is just crazy. I mean, he's like 35 or something. I don't know, something like that.
Really?
so-
I could have sworn I thought he was like early 30s.
I think he's 35. I think Ronaldo's 36 or 37. You can correct me on that, though.
Oh, he's 34. Okay.
34. Okay. So I was right around there. But yeah, he
Yeah.
agreed a 2-year deal with Paris. So I'm super excited, man. I'm for sure going to save up and get a jersey, a little Messi jersey
Nice.
from Paris. And I don't know if you know this, but PSG is super cool. They're more than just a soccer team. They're
Okay.
fashion, like they're into like the
Oh.
designer type. I mean, it's Paris, So they do a
Wow,
lot of.
this is-
Go ahead.
This is what's so confusing about soccer, is that
What do you mean?
it's just like, because it's so worldwide,
Yeah.
that you have teams that are also doing fashion.
Well, it's not that they're.
Not that that's not cool.
It's
I mean,
not
that's
like
cool,
they're.
but like,
Soccer players are running through Fashion Week, on the
yeah,
runway or something.
I get that. It's just weird how these. It's weird to learn about other, leagues around the
Mhm.
world for soccer that just do things that are, completely different from American sports in their leagues.
Yeah, I mean it is different. But get this. I brought it up because guess who their jersey sponsor is?
White Claw?
No.
That'd be awesome.
The company that makes the jerseys, not like the sponsor. Sorry, I should clarify.
Oh, okay. The
I
company
don't know
that
if
makes
they're
jerseys.
called something different, but
Company that makes the jerseys, is it Nike?
nope.
Adidas?
Nope.
Puma?
You can keep going.
Saucony?
Salk.
Brooks?
No. It's
Reebok?
it's Jordan.
Okay,
you-
so
isn't that
technically my first guess of Nike was half correct.
That's true. That is true. You're right.
But that is really cool that they're Jordan. Like,
But they're their own sub brand. I mean, it's not.
yeah, no,
Nike
Jordan's definitely its own
Jordan's just
sub brand, but
owned
it is
But yeah, you're right.
it is
you're
owned
right.
by Nike. I'm pretty sure it's owned by Nike.
Yeah, it is. It is.
No, that's very cool. Like,
Isn't that pretty cool?
I love when jerseys are made by Jordan. I'm a big fan of the symbol of the.
Well, that's the beauty of it, right? You've got the
The
soccer
yeah.
jersey, and it's gonna have a basketball player on it.
Yeah,
It's gonna have
that
Jordan. I mean,
oh
Jordan's gonna be
yeah,
on it.
okay. And then it'll also be a Messi jersey. That's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
it's gonna be tight. So I'm super excited for those jerseys, and they got some pretty
Yeah.
cool ones this year.
The Air Jordan. That's what the symbol is. Air Jordan.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
I was trying to think of the name for the symbol, then I think I said like Dunkman or something.
Yeah, but it is insane, man. I mean, it felt so, and I'm sure people can relate to this who follow soccer. It just felt so weird this time around. Like, there's been so many times where there's been
He's always
rumors-
been on the same team, right?
Always.
Yeah.
He actually went through the academy. It's called La Masia, is the Barcelona academy. And he was
Damn.
like I think he was on the first team at like 17 years old. Scored his first goal at 17 or something. So
Damn.
he's been there for a while, man. And I mean his whole career. and a huge part of Barcelona, obviously, probably the main part.
Yeah.
I can't even
Well,
imagine the revenue they're going to lose just by
Yeah.
not having him on the team.
Kind of reminds me of um, Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers,
It is kind of like that.
where you have like
It
you know
is.
sort of the biggest name in the sport, and he's been on one team his whole career, and that's really all you can think about when you think of him, and
Mhm.
then boom, he's on another team, just like that.
Yep. It is. It is very similar. The only thing different in this scenario is French speaks a different language, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is going to be
And-
so hard. I mean, that's
Oh
tough.
wait, yeah, you're right. I didn't Yeah, they're all speaking And Neymar, doesn't he speak Portuguese? Isn't he Brazilian?
Yeah, I think I think prior to playing in France, he only knew Portuguese and Spanish, right?
Yeah.
That would make
Okay,
sense.
well, so now he's learned French. I mean, I feel like we've talked about how beautiful the language of Spanish and Portuguese and French are, and Italian and stuff like that. If I bet if you can get one beautiful language down pat, you can get another beautiful language down pat.
Oh yeah, and I mean if you grow up there, well, I guess Messi didn't grow up there. Neither did Neymar, but I know. I mean, when we went to Germany, it was like
Yeah.
they all knew 5 languages by the time they were in high school. It was something insane. Or by the time they
Yeah.
graduated high school, it's
Yeah,
like
they all,
that's,
like-
it's just part of the curriculum there.
Yeah, they all
from-
spoke fluent English.
Yeah,
Um,
which is just
which is
we take.
it-
I mean, oh my God.
yeah, like compared to you compare that to what we accomplish in our public school, it's like wow,
Like-
we really kind of choose to be ignorant in certain
Yeah.
areas.
Well, we suck, is what it is. I mean,
Yeah, well,
honestly.
we suck, but I think we suck because we've chosen to be ignorant in that area where we suck at, and then we've chosen to be ignorant there because it's like fuck yeah, we're America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Like proud to be an American, kind of thing.
we
so it's
the
like-
the market's not there as well.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
really need to. Like, I can get through life without learning another language, which is crazy because some people.
Yeah, I can too.
you.
I
need
plan
to
on
learn.
doing that actually.
Yeah,
It's my.
I
my
mean, I
go-to
don't,
plan.
but I probably won't ever follow through.
Yeah. See, I'm being honest with myself, and just yeah,
You know how many times I've told Amanda that I was gonna learn Portuguese?
probably at least 5 times.
I would no more than 2 hands.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow. Well, you might have.
And I'm holding myself to it someday.
Okay.
Hopefully. We will see because I struggle with Spanish so much. I mean, it's so hard.
Yeah. I mean, I struggled with Spanish too. I took 4 years of it. I think. Yeah, it took 4 years in total, high school and college, and I don't feel like I learned much. I mean, sometimes I have moments where the certain words come back to me, or I'm pretty good at counting, which is not saying much. But yeah, pretty good at counting in Spanish. I always felt like that was sort of my strongest forte.
What do you think you
know?
could get up to? I think I could get up to 70. No. I could get up to. I could probably get up to 110. I think, and then I would get confused.
Yeah, you might actually have me beat. I might be giving myself more credit than I deserve. I don't know
Well-
if I could get to 110.
It's
Uh,
you
it's
just
like
gotta.
it's one of those things where I can't even really confirm nor deny how high I could get, like in terms of 110, like you were saying, like counting to 110, because in order to get going for me with the counting in Spanish, I got to start at uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, and I got to just work from there and just build up,
Keep going.
because that's why I was good at it, because it was like a pattern,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
pattern of once you get to this grouping
Yep.
of numbers, like 20 through 30, it's all like
Yeah.
20, 21, 22,
Mhm.
so it's just like it's just getting
Treinta.
and then, yeah, 30, 31, 32, and it's like 32, 31,
40 is
31, 32.
40,
40 I think was 40.
40, 50, 60,
Yeah.
70,
Yeah. See,
80,
you're
90,
exactly.
100.
See, I think you have me beat because you were
See, I
able
c- I
to
could go
name
pretty high.
those higher ones. Like 6 through 10.
How do you say 200? 200? No. I sound like an
well-
idiot right now.
Well, see, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to like chime in because I really I need to
So-
start from the beginning, and I don't think I can go as high when the numbers as I thought I could originally.
You know in Spanish
started
how you
talking
say
about
yo
this.
for I? Like
Oh
yo.
yeah, yo,
Yo.
yeah, yo.
In Portuguese, it's eu. So
Eu?
it's EU. Eu.
Oh, EU is I.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So
And
eu.
they do
Huh.
they do their D's like G.
G.
Yeah. I'm trying to think
D's
of a
like-
word, but I can't even think of one right now.
D's like G's. Okay. D's like G's.
Yeah, I'm blanking. But
So
it's
it'd be
very
like
similar.
instead of dog, it'd be like gog.
Judge. Jog, something
Uh,
like that.
Judge.
I don't know.
Judge.
What's hard for me is I only know a very little bit about Spanish, and Portuguese and Spanish are so similar that
Yeah.
whenever I try and speak Portuguese, I just revert
Mhm.
back to the little things I know about Spanish, you know? So,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm making excuses, but
Yeah. No.
You get what I'm saying.
I remember having a person who spoke Portuguese in a couple of my Spanish classes in high school, and she breezed through the curriculum, just phew, no problem whatsoever. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
It was
there
basically a class that she didn't have work for because she never needed to study, and she could just,
some Spanish speakers
know it.
like I know my buddy always says like he speaks it fluently, but I think I remember him telling me a couple times that he wouldn't do well on like a written test or something that you have to talk about the grammar or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously do better than us, but just it would
Definitely.
be difficult.
Yeah, I heard that before too. Probably because maybe you learn the language and you don't learn it through like a academic style.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
you
no,
just
exactly.
you just learn it naturally. Like what's the word? Fucking. I can't think of when it's like nature. Oh yeah, nature versus nurture. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, nature versus nurture.
There you
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, nurture is where the language comes from.
Yeah.
Don't
this
you
is
think
true.
so?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because like
I mean, it
if
has
you
to
were
be.
to, yeah, if you were
You
to
don't
like,
genetically know these things.
yeah, and I don't know any example other than Hollywood movies, but in Hollywood movies you have characters that are abandoned by their parents and just
And
you
raised
know
by
kind
wolves.
of raised by wolves in a sense, exactly. And then when they're
Those are the
finally
best movies, man.
when they're finally found, and they're teenager or 20, whatever age they are, and they can't speak any language, it's because they were just being raised by nature. There's no nurture there.
Yeah, I love hearing about things like that, and it just kind of reminds me of those like meme videos online where it'll show like a guy approaching a wolf or something
Mm-hmm.
or a bear, and it's like this person raised this bear cub since they were young, and this is the first time they've seen him in 20 years or whatever. And then they'll like go up to one another, and the bear will just start mauling the person. I mean, it's totally like fake CGI, but
Yeah.
oh man, those are some hilarious ones. Those like unexpected memes.
Did you ever see The Revenant?
Mm-hmm. I did, yeah.
Did you see it in the movie theater?
No.
Dude, seeing that movie in the movie theater, that bear attack,
Oh, I bet.
it was like, I was just, oh man, I've never been more just wanting for something to end, It was so, like, I was just gripping the armrests of my seat. I was just squeezing on it. Just like, oh my God, it was so brutal.
What
And the
was
thing,
brutal?
it was like 3 attacks in a row too.
Yeah,
It's like
it was
He gets attacked
prolonged.
once, comes back.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
way it was shot too, it felt like you were right there. Whew, man.
I feel like it was pretty realistic in the sense that the period of time in which this attack, quote unquote, was happening, like that was
Mhm.
pretty real in my eyes. It's like
Yeah.
he basically slaughters him to death, then he doesn't move for a while, right? And so the bear does his own thing. comes back when he starts trying to crawl away, right?
Yeah.
And attacks him again. And then I think he finally ends up in a hole, right?
Yeah, he
That's
ends
how
up
he gets away.
the third attack is he stabs the bear as it jumps on him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
do
gets the
remember.
sharp
And then
object after the
bear's
second
on
attack.
top of him.
Yeah, and the bear's on top of
Yes.
him, and he has to like
Oh,
push the
wow.
bear off him. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Uh,
serious scene.
But you know that's based on a true story, right? That's a real.
No, I did not know that.
That's a real thing that happened. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
An explorer named Hugh Glass survived a bear attack. Yeah. Now, of course, we don't know
How big was the bear?
how big was the bear. We don't know how many swipes did he survive.
I've survived a bear
the-
attack too.
That's true. You have. That's true.
I don't
but
have
yeah,
any
these
marks
fact-
to prove it, but
It's also true. But I bet like. I bet there's a novelization of the adventure of Hugh Glass, which probably goes more into detail about the particular bear attack that he survived, because a movie based on real life event usually is based on the book about that real life event. So
right.
assume there's something like that.
Yeah. So did you watch the Olympic final? I'm talking
For,
about basketball.
For basketball,
Yeah.
you know what? I didn't watch it
Because I didn't either. I wasn't even excited about it, to be honest.
Dude, I wasn't excited about it either, and I wasn't too excited about this Olympics this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. There wasn't the way they did it. They weren't putting me in my. They weren't keeping me in my seat. They weren't
Yeah.
entertaining me with the events. I don't know what it was this year, but it just wasn't clicking for me.
Could be timing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I only watched one thing, like full through and through, and that was in a hotel room in Texas. And it was like 1 a.m. and I flipped on the TV and it was women's volleyball. And by the way, phenomenal players. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
They are so athletic. I mean, some of these, they'll like set it backwards, and then these girls get so high, and they just boom, they smack it so hard. Oh my God, it made me really want to play volleyball.
Yeah.
And then the beach volleyball too is awesome.
Yeah. I watched. That was probably what I watched the most of, was the volleyball.
Volleyball, yeah, me too.
Both indoor and beach, and it's so cool to see the timing of the way they can jump up above the net and perfectly smack the ball when it's at its highest point. Like they're able to time a jump of their own to match the highest point of the height of the ball.
Right.
So
Right.
it's doing a lot of beach volleyball here in Redondo, it's like I've noticed that is the hardest thing about the spike, is timing the jump. Sometimes you jump up there, and then as your body is already come down and your feet have hit the sand, the ball reaches its highest point. It's like, oh, I totally freaking missed it.
Yeah, spiking a ball, especially in beach volleyball. I mean, you got to have some hops.
Yeah, because the
It's-
sand,
it's-
the sand freaking.
It's tough. I mean, it's a workout, man. And dude, did you know that the weather there in Japan, it's like
super hot.
110.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
those beach volleyball players are probably in insane temperatures. I mean, even in California, I mean, if you're on the beach, it doesn't get to 110,
No.
I mean, the sun's beaming on you for sure, but not that hot.
Yeah.
So, damn. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's so phenomenal.
And there was also rain at some of the events too.
There was
Like-
a rainstorm at one of the beach volleyball games. Yeah, I do remember seeing that.
There was some rain problems with the track events where rain was getting on the track and stuff, and so yeah,
Oh, I
it
didn't
was
see that.
some weird weather.
Did you see? Did you see it was high jump?
Mm-hmm.
2 people shared a gold medal. Did you?
What?
Well, I mean, they didn't share a gold medal, but they
They both
shared
got the gold?
as in they both got a gold medal. Yeah. I don't know.
How is that? What?
Yeah, I didn't know that this was a
They
thing
don't
because
measure, like they don't measure the score, the amount, like to a final, like a to like the whatever decimal
No,
place. Like they didn't
don't.
go an extra decimal
So
place to get
here's-
the.
I'm going to try and explain it to you in the most terrible broken down knowledge that I know.
Okay, I'm
Basically,
ready.
the way that high jump works is you have 3 tries at a set height.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get to that height, then you're out.
Okay.
Now, it went up to the point where both of the last 2 people, this is the men's high jump,
Yeah.
they got to the same height, and neither of them could pass it. And so what happens, I guess, is you have the option, or at least in the Olympics, I guess they had the option either to just say, hey, we're done, or have a jump off. Now, I don't know what the heck a jump off is, but I'm assuming it's something like, we're just going to keep jumping until one of us hits this, kind of like.
The penalty kicks.
Yeah, exactly. So they chose not to. I mean, which
So
is
they
kind
just
of
said,
weird.
Fuck it, let's both take the gold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is kind of a cop out, but at the same time, it's like I don't even like if anyone's
Yeah, that's-
criticizing on them, like they just literally they're the best in the world. 2 of them are the best in the world.
Yeah, it's interesting though that one of them isn't, because I wonder if they needed both of them to agree to yes, let's do the jump
yeah,
off.
they did for sure.
They needed both to agree.
You know what's so crazy about it? You got to watch this video. Is they have the camera, right there where the referee is like explaining to them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a guy from Qatar and Italy, and the guy from Qatar is like, "Can we both get gold medals?" And the referee is like, "You can," and he's like, he starts to explain it, and then the Qatar guy just puts out his hand to like, basically like dap the other guy up, and
Yeah.
they just dap up and they hug and they just start going crazy, and
They get their gold medals.
it was like. It wasn't like some official announcement, there was no like rule set or specialty thing. It was just this weird, kind of awesome situation.
Yeah, that's shocking to me that that one of them isn't, the competitive type to be like, yeah, let's jump
Me
off.
too.
I don't want to share. I don't want to
Exactly.
share a gold medal.
Exactly.
Like it's like if you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby, like, what, tying for first? Are you kidding me? Like both getting the same gold medal? Like what? What?
Well, to me, it's like this is the Olympics where you have first,
Yeah.
second, and third.
Yeah.
So
Like why aren't they
wouldn't there
like why?
be some rule that like there's
Yeah.
not?
What the?
They don't have the ability
would-
to do this.
Why'd they even give them the option to choose whether or not to do the jump off? They should have just been said, jump off. Like let's
Yeah.
get into it. Like
Yeah.
what the? Man, it's like imagine being like, oh, I thought somebody else won gold, and then you're like, oh no, he won
Right.
gold too, but I also won gold. And
Right.
you're like, wait, but that's how. Oh, that's kind of lame.
So I wonder
No,
if they
no,
gave
I'm
out a
just- I mean-
silver. I bet they didn't. I bet it's
You-
just first.
You
Second.
don't think they did?
I don't think
Just
they
2
did.
golds and a bronze?
No, I don't think they did.
Man.
What happens to the extra medals then? Huh? They got to have an extra silver laying around, and they had to have had extra golds, right? So, where do those medals go?
Dude,
What do
that's a
they
good
do with them?
question.
I want one.
How- Because they get the medals like right away as soon as they win the
Yes.
event.
Oh yeah.
So, and do they get their names on the medals?
I don't know. No, I don't think. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, they must just have a set
Maybe
amount of
later.
medals for. Well, yeah. I mean, if they're not getting the names, if they're just getting the medals, maybe it's maybe it is, and maybe it's like, oh, we won. Now we get presented our medal, and then the TV cameras go away, and we walk back to some area where
Yeah.
they engrave our names on them.
Yeah.
Because that's how they do it at the Oscars. They
Or-
they announce the winner, and then after the Oscars happens, you take your trophy to this, engraving area in the back, and they put your
Yep.
name on it.
Yep.
So I'm assuming it's the same thing, and that way they don't have to have wasted medals. They just have, medals, 3 medals for every single event.
Or it's kind of like your high school diploma, where they give you
Yeah.
a fake one and then they give you the real one later.
Oh, yeah. No,
Probably
well,
not,
I mean,
probably
it
not.
kind of is like that, but I mean, it's literally not like. I mean, it is like that in a way because you have to go back to do something else. Like there's another step to getting your whole recognition in a way.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
true.
you're getting your gold medal presented to you, but then you have to stand in line with the engraver for 20 minutes after the gold medal ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to be that.
You know what they do in the Champions League? It's it's kind of tradition where as soon as the match is over, they'll like, I mean, maybe not as soon as the match is over, but within like a minute or so, they'll pan over and they'll like transition into, you see like someone engraving the trophy, like right then and there, like as the team is celebrating, you know, it's like the person's got the little stencil and it's like going for it, which is really cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
What if they mess up, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, could you imagine you're watching the Champions League final, your team finally wins, and they pan over to the engraver and you just see their hand twitch and just totally screw up the trophy.
Damn it, that was our one chance. You know what it reminds me of is you mentioning like, oh, extra golds, extra silvers. Let me get one of those.
Yeah. But
think about like, I'm pretty sure when there's American Sport Championship and there's memorabilia, T-shirts, hats, whatever for the winning team, the champion team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure sometimes, if not all the time, they make the gear for the other team too.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, like when the NBA
Like
finals, they have the hats on right away. Oh yeah, they definitely do.
Like think about like Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals with the Cavs and the Warriors.
Oh yeah,
and the Cavs come back from down 3-1 and win in Game 7.
Yep.
Like that Game 7 was at Golden State, and you know it was Game 7, and it was like, and it came down to the wire.
Yep.
And immediately following the win by the Cavs, LeBron's got a 2016 Cavs NBA champs hat. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't know what happens to all those, 2016 Warriors
they torch
gear.
'em. They can't let those out on the market, you know.
You know what? I don't know if this is true because I don't trust everything I learn on the internet, and I definitely learned this through the format of a meme,
Okay.
So I don't know if this is true, but I thought I had read or seen that they donate the
that might be
basically the misprinted championship gear. So the 2016 Warriors gear was donated to a country in need or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what they do.
They must, or they have some sort of, I don't know. They send them back and then they put some chemical on them and it takes off the little stencils or whatever.
Maybe
They could be real cheap. You never know.
Yeah, but you'd think that, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like with the way like reselling things goes nowadays, with Pokemon cards being worth all this money, and
which is just crazy. God,
it's just flipping pairs of Jordans for more money, and just certain stuff like that. You would think that something like 2016 Warriors championship gear would somehow circulate its way back to like eBay for sale if it was actually spread out into the world and like given out after
they got to put it somewhere that eBay is not even a thing, man. That's where they
that's what I'm saying, but it's impressive that
it is still impressive.
It doesn't like find its way back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Because we're all still on the same on the same planet, even if it's going to a place where they're not watching the NBA games.
Yeah.
I feel like it would still be wild to just have somehow like have one of those pieces of merch find its way back into the States and in the hands of a reseller, and he puts it on eBay for boatloads of cash, and someone's like, "Oh my God, look at this, the 2016 Warriors champion
Well, no one
t-shirt."
would buy it though, right? I mean, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
it
but
wouldn't
like
go for that much money. That's the thing. Is like no one really wants especially if you're a fan. Maybe if you're the
Cavs fan,
other team.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're like
or you're just a big sports fan, like you're a big like what if sports fan.
Right. Yeah. Maybe you'd buy it, but I mean, come on, I don't know. That doesn't.
I mean, if I had bottomless pockets of cash, and I saw like a 2016 Warriors championship T-shirt, on eBay for like $1,000, and money was meaningless to me, I would buy it.
Yeah. Well, hey man, for your birthday, I think I'm gonna get you a Suns Finals T-shirt or something.
Very funny. I wasn't even thinking of that.
I feel so bad for you still.
I really hope
Eh,
they didn't even print Suns gear because they should have
Oh, they
consulted
definitely
me.
did. Dude.
I know. I'm just
they
like
definitely did.
before game 6, they should have called me and said, Frank, are the Suns gonna win this game 6 and force a game 7? And I would have told them no, and then they would have been like, oh sweet, okay, we'll just print Bucks gear then. I'll be like, all right, cool.
Well, actually, maybe they
Uh,
didn't print Suns gear because they still had a game to print it. So
That's-
in that
dude,
way,
yes.
that might be the answer.
Dude, that you know what? Oh my God, that's a good point. They
There's
probably
no Finals 2021 Suns gear being thrown around right now. No way.
yeah, no, there's no way because you're right. That's a great point. The Suns still needed to win one after that game 6.
One game, then
So
they
that-
print them. Yeah, that's
They
definitely.
yeah, so they would have only had the Bucks gear printed.
Yeah. Dude.
Wow, you're right. That's a good point.
Yeah, I know. We're so smart.
And that's when you think about it like this.
What?
With the Warriors gear in that 2016 final series,
Yeah.
the Warriors go up 3-1. They're immediately
Immediately printed
making the
it.
Warriors gear,
Yeah.
and then they end up not using it. And then it's like it goes to 3-3, and it's like, oh shit, we got to make the Cavs
yeah,
gear now.
Exactly. The person in charge like, shit. I gotta
Yeah,
go
they're
buy
rooting for the
ink."
Warriors. Yeah.
Dude, you were talking about giving the jerseys out to, these countries or whatever, and it kind of reminded me. Have you watched Jack Ryan on Prime Video?
I've only seen the first season.
Okay.
Have you seen
okay.
Have you seen both seasons?
No, I'm not even done with the first season.
Oh, okay.
But I'm enjoying it now because one of the side storylines, and you probably know this from season 1. Don't give anything away because I haven't completed it yet though. One of the main storylines is like an Ebola virus outbreak where, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but that's basically the premise. And I think they did that because the script must have been created right when that whole Ebola scare was, the craze.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yeah, I get
now
what
that,
you're saying.
Now
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
look back on it, the Ebola scare just was completely fake news. I mean, the outrageous reporting on that was insane. I mean, I was scared, and literally there was like 4 cases in total or something like that in the United States.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
I was just saying it's somewhat relevant now because now we have the coronavirus, and so anytime I hear Ebola, I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, it like relates,
Yeah, we almost think like, man, Ebola was like we were worried about that, like that was because
Ebola was scary.
I can recall diseases before coronavirus that were like, oh, you hear about this?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I have, and it never like affected me or the immediate people around me or the situations around me. But then coronavirus completely changed that because it affected everything. So
Yeah.
that was an interesting complete what it means, a complete 360 in terms of what it means to have a disease become known in the general public. Like, oh yeah, I've heard of that thing. Like like, yeah, I've heard of it, but it doesn't, I don't have to worry about that. But it's like
Right,
different
right.
with coronavirus. It's like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, and everybody has to worry about it.
Well, I think Ebola was an epidemic versus coronavirus is a pandemic. So maybe that's
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
true. And I couldn't even tell you the difference between the two, but it is what it is. And what it is I remember Ebola being something where it's like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, but never had to worry about it.
I remember Ebola, like everyone freaking out about it, and then I remember going online. This is back when I was in school, and I had to like go get reports and things like that. And I remember going to like news agencies to like get their articles and stuff or their journal entries, whatever. And I remember seeing like an Ebola like tab. It was one of their main tabs. Like it was big, It was like contact, main menu, journals, Ebola. Like it was big. And then I also remember seeing a video where some big name news person, I really don't follow the news, main news people at all, but he was basically like pleading to journalists everywhere, like, stop, we have to stop this. Like there's no signs of it being actually deadly to, the United States and stuff like that. So, and furthermore, to explain what an epidemic is An epidemic, from my knowledge, is when it basically like the pandemic of a nation or a specific region. Think of it that way. So, like, if swine
Okay.
flu was like going crazy in the United States, it would be an epidemic. But until it
Gotcha.
went to other nations and started spreading throughout the world, it wouldn't be a pandemic.
Okay, so coronavirus is a pandemic because it affected, or
Yeah.
it is affecting, it has affected the entire world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coronavirus
okay,
was an
gotcha.
epidemic before it was a pandemic.
Was a epidemic before pandemic. Got it. Makes sense. Okay. Wow. Well, there you have it. You know, everybody has learned.
Everybody
something new.
clap your hands. Ba, 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 ba. Dude, you know what I was doing on the way home?
Yeah. What's up?
Went to dog training practice. We're actually recording really late, FYI, everyone. It's like 10 p.m. right now. So we're
Yeah,
about
it
to
is.
wrap up. But I started listening to...
Yeah.
You ever get in those sessions in the car? And thank God, I mean, I love Amanda so much. She'll just... she's right there with me. You know, she'll match my energy.
Oh, nice.
I'm like singing... I'm singing songs like Eye of the Tiger,
Okay. Yeah.
And-
Classic rock.
Backstreet Boys,
Classic pop.
what is it? Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why.
we
Anyways,
probably
I don't know.
shouldn't.
We probably shouldn't
Get
sing
copyrighted.
online. Oh yeah, we're not getting copyrighted for that, dude.
Oh, hey man, you don't want to sing the whole song. If I busted out that whole rendition right now, man, whew,
Maybe
get
you.
copyright on
If
strike
I
on this
started singing it, copyright would give me money.
Copyright. Thanks for reminding people why to listen to the real song.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Amanda and I just start jamming, dude. Hardcore jamming, man.
Yeah.
Those two songs. Those type of moments are so great. You know, just like you're
Car
feeling
jams?
the music, you're jamming in
Mhm.
the car, and you're feeling whatever vibe is in the air. And there wasn't
Yeah.
really a vibe, but we just made one. Oh, it was great, dude.
Yeah. Dude, this is why I like doing I don't mind volunteering for the role of driver on
Driving, yeah.
on road trips or trips of long distances because I enjoy the car jamming. I'm a big car jamming fan.
You are.
And like you when I tell you like, oh, the 2-hour traffic over to your place to do the White Claw, you're like, oh man,
Mhm.
that's brutal. And I'm like, you
Mhm.
know what? It's not that brutal because like I'm jamming the whole time.
So what do you do? Let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
You're middle of a road trip, or no, you're about to start a road trip. Are you
Uh-huh.
you're shuffling? You hit your playlist and you're shuffling, or you're thinking, what am I in the mood for? Go look at
I got-
the top hits. What do you do?
Yeah. I do three things. One of three things. I either do a full library shuffle, which
Yep,
is
that's a classic.
just go into all my songs and click and shuffle.
Yep.
And then number 2 is I do a artist shuffle where I go to one specific artist and then
Yep.
I just, click shuffle on other songs. And then third is I do front to back album listens.
Album cover, front
Yeah.
to back. There you go.
So if I know like an hour drive is ahead of me, I'll put on an hour album,
There you go.
something like that. So yeah, I really rotate it between those three. It depends on what mood I'm in,
Mhm,
If it's a specific mood, I do the album or the artist. But if it's just I'm just getting in the car, then I'll just do the shuffle.
Nice. You know what I've been doing lately?
Yeah.
I've been listening to Apple Music has this radio feature, quote unquote radio. You're really just streaming it, but
Yeah, I've heard of that part. Yeah.
you can literally just search up like hip hop radio, hard rock radio,
Yeah.
90s, hard rock radio, whatever. That's awesome. And then I've also been getting into Bob Marley, dude. Just been shuffling his songs while I'm
Nice.
coding and stuff. Oh man, days are
Dude,
feeling real light.
I
You know what
can
I'm
see
saying?
that. Yeah, I can see Bob Marley music being good for something like coding.
Yeah, it's at first it was somewhat distracting because it was so it's not that it was so different, but I'm not used to listening to that type of music,
Yeah, the reggae. Yeah, it's
reggae,
a
Islander, it's
whole
completely
genre
different.
of its own.
And so I mean I have, reggae songs and stuff like that, but to code with and to focus while you're listening is a little different. And
Yeah.
so it took me a while, but now, oh my God, Now I'm rolling, dude. I am rolling. And what's crazy is I haven't even learned a lot of the lyrics. Like, that's how focused I am. That's how I'm getting, like, the classical vibe, you know? It's great.
Yeah, you're using it as a mood setter more than a main objective. You know, like your main objective is the coding,
Right.
but
right.
the music is the atmosphere in a way. Yeah.
Beautifully said, man.
Oh yeah.
I think we should end on that.
Yeah, let's do it. 83 atmosphere.
83
That's what it's
atmosphere.
all about.
Man, maybe we should make that the title.
Yeah,
Atmosphere.
Make sure your atmosphere is good. If your atmosphere is good, then whatever you're doing in said atmosphere will be good.
That's right.
All right. Cheers up, Ryan.
Cheers, Frank.
83 coming to a close. Thanks for liking, commenting, listening, subscribing, watching, all that stuff. We love you.
Love y'all.
Peace out.
Cheers.